Hello and welcome once again to another episode of Miners of the Nexus. Bardock Jones here, and I'm here with Rastrol.
Hello.
Tapion.
Yo yo.
And then Gonzo.
Hello.
So today we're gonna be working on the leaves on the branches, the leaves on the branches. So yeah, without further ado, let's get going on that. Okay, so here we are. We look like tree-dwelling monkeys at the moment, on top of the branches.
Proboscis monkeys.
Crevascious monkeys. Those are monkeys that live in crevasses. The general way that we're doing this, as you can see Rastrol doing, is we're jutting out 8 blocks roughly. Doesn't have to be 8. It can be 7, 6, whatever. Just roughly that amount. In an L shape like that. And then you fan it out. So it looks sort of like a fan of leaves. As such. And then on top of that, you place... It's kind of hard to see because there's another one there, but you would go out a further 2, like that. So the top layer is 2 out, further out than the bottom layer. So it would look like this one. And you do that on every single branch as you go around, and then when you do the top bit, they should all join up together and give this leafy canopy effect. At least we're hoping that's what's going to happen. So we shall do a bit more of that, and I'll get back to you once that is done. So there we have it, what we like to call the Dorito tree. It looks like the Doritos growing on the branches, as you can see. So we've got all
We're done.
No.
And that's how we're gonna leave it.
No, it's not going to be the mighty Dorito tree. The green lemon and lime Doritos. No. The next step is actually going even further out. And we decided to take it 8 more out, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so what you do is you take it out further as much as you want, really. It doesn't have to be 8, it can be whatever you choose. So another of the elves has had to leave us now. Tapion has also been summoned by the elder flower guy. Elder, whatever his name is.
So
the flower.
So they are slacking off at the tower whilst we build this for them, basically, because we are not even elves, are we?
No. We're an inferior race.
Last time I checked, we weren't elves.
Well, I don't know if people have been following the Knights of the Nexus, Miners of the Nexus mythos, but Tapion is also an elf. He lost his memory and he couldn't remember it, and he told us he was an alien. But he's actually from another tribe of elves. So yeah, that's interesting stuff right there. So anyway, us non-lazy folk are gonna continue working on the next layer here. We were gonna now we were gonna start going up and in, as in we were going to start building inwards. But we've decided to make it 1 layer further out. This is where really you have to use your better judgment and say, okay, this looks a bit small, these branches, these leaves look a bit small, I want to make the tree more bushy or less bushy or whatever. And we've decided to at least take it out 1 more level. That's another 8, as you can see here. And we're going to see how that looks. So, yeah, let's take it out.
Bushy, huh? George Bushy.
Yeah. And that is the 4th layer done. As you can see from this angle over here, it's starting to look a lot more bushy. If you wanted to do like the top part of the tree, that it would extend all the way around there. Obviously the bigger you want the canopy to be, the more layers you'd have to do, and that's going to take ages, so I think we're going to leave it at that. But yeah, it's starting to look like a proper tree now. And now what we have to do is start building upwards, like inverted. What we've just done, do it upwards. Okay, so after much deliberation and different trial and errors, I think we've come up with the best solution for the top part of the tree. We were going to MC edit it, but it was too complicated and it just didn't look right. And we have found out that it's really because on a tree, the bottom part is pretty flat like this, because it's like a base. And as you go up, the tree becomes more like dome shaped. It's not like a round, it's not like a lollipop, it's more like a dome. So we have remedied this by firstly following around the borders you can see here with a rough shape of what we want to do, and then bringing it up like 2 spaces, two blocks perhaps. So we do like 2 blocks like that, and then another 2 blocks up like this, and keep on building up. Now it doesn't need to be 2 blocks, like the same as with the branches, to make it more natural looking. Sometimes you can have 3, sometimes you can have 1. Just the best way to do these sort of things to make them natural is just do this. Place blocks wherever you can. If you look at it and it looks too square, then remove some blocks. And that way you get a pretty organic shape, as you can see there. Yeah, let's build that up. I'm also thinking around the edges you'd get to a certain height and it would stop, so we could say that this is the highest it would go on this particular part. But then when we reach the middle, where the thicker foliage would be foliage
on the river.
So here, for example, where there'd be a more of a collection of leaves, the top of the dome would reach further up, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I think that will make it look more like a tree. Just so you can see more or less what we were talking about, this would be 2 of them complete, 2 bushels. This is a short one, a low one, and this is a taller one. They've joined up together, as you can see. And there's a gap here where you can see the branches. So yeah, it looks very, very nice, very organic. And from the bottom here, you can see that dome effect we were talking about as well. So you can see the branches, the bottom of the tree, and then the top part doming up. Now all we have to do is all the other 5 billion other branches on the tree. So we're going to do that, and we shall show you the finished products. So there you have it, the finished tree. Yeah, that took us quite a bit of time, longer than I first expected. But it's looking rather nice. How many hours did we take, Restaurant?
Unknown amounts.
Unknown amounts, loads and loads. So yeah, I think that if you want to recreate this tree, it's best that you get some friends on the building bandwagon and give you a hand, because it takes absolutely ages. But yeah, as you can see, it looks pretty nice. Not the biggest of trees, as in the foliage wise. Pretty huge on the scale altogether. But yeah, it looks nice. It looks like what we were going for, really, which is like a huge bonsai, which is an oxymoron, because a bonsai is very small and this is pretty damn big. So yeah, but that's the look that we were going for. Pretty happy with it. I'll give you a quick fly around so you can see exactly the scale at which we're working here. These treetops here are like mountains. You could have an entire small village up here, which might be something we can do, but I'm not sure. There's a lot of spaces in between the trees here, which we could maybe put some hidden, I don't know, buildings or whatever in between the branches. Gives a nice effect, nice tree effect. Oh. And let's have a look at the bottom to see how it looks from the bottom. Looking up.
Go inside the tree as well and show them the inside.
The inside?
Yeah. So we could even maybe have something in the actual tree.
Yeah, definitely. There's plenty of room here for maybe a few rooms. I'm guessing the tree is like a holy place for these elves, so
yep.
We could have like a shrine in here, or I don't know, maybe where the elders gather or something. This is pretty much the top, yeah. yeah, huge, as you can see. And yeah, another thing I'd like to show you is the way it looks from a distance. So if we go over there to the tower, which is the only building we have for reference at the moment, and let's say we are up here in the balcony. So yeah, as you can see from here, from the window, the tree looks pretty huge in the distance. A nice view from here, overlooking where the town is going to be. And yeah, from the other windows you can also see the tree. From this level where the water is flowing out from, also you can see the tree through the stained glass windows. So yeah, it's a nice focal point to the whole village. I think it's going to look great once everything is set up. From this room over here, you can also see it through this huge stained glass window.
Can you see me?
Up there? I can, actually. You look like an ant.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You can see the scale when someone's on it.
Can you see him? He's under my crosshair now. Over my crosshair there. You see him?
I'm jumping.
Hold on. And now when we exit the tower, you get a overpowering view of the tree there through the valley, which I like this view quite a bit, actually. This view from down here looks pretty awesome. You walk through the tunnel, through the bridge into the tunnel, and you can still see the tree. And then obviously this is going to be the path that leads to the village, like we showed you last week. Or the week before, was it? And yeah, when you come out the other side, the tree is there, right under you. So yeah, the thing is, the tower in itself is pretty huge. The tree is pretty huge. So it's kind of hard to get the scale just from seeing it here, but once we have the other buildings around it, hopefully smaller buildings now, I think it's going to look pretty nice.
We shall see.
So yeah, next week we're gonna put some details on the tree, some glowstone lighting, you know, hangy bits, maybe vines, some knots on the wood. So that will be the last tree episode. Sorry if it dragged a bit, but we needed to get that done because this is the most important part of the build at the moment, the focal point, you could say. And yeah, and after that we'll start building on some other elven builds around the tree. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you like it. If you do, please subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video, comment, and as usual, we'll see you again next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, hey, with the DQs rolling around and oh.
Taking big ass hits.
Jumping all over the trees.
Oh, try not to fall through the holes, 'cause you're gonna crack your face in the ground.
Epically doing parkour.
Parkour.
Hey, hey, with the DQs. Come and join this party.
Oh,
I think I reached a dead end.
I think we're
gonna throw him off the edge.
Whoa!
Now it's
I survived that one. Okay. Die!
Took him out.
You killed me. I didn't actually fall.
I am the last monkey.
Hey, hey, I'm in Cobbleton.